Yo, what is going on, my fellow weebs? Kerno here, and welcome back to the channel. So today I actually wanted to talk about a bit of an issue that I've seen in my community that popped up for one of my viewers, my good friend Shade, and let you guys know about a possible issue you may be facing when the swap over to the new Wellbia anti-cheat becomes the permanent norm. But new here, as always, my name is Kerno. I'm looking for PSO2 content. Would much appreciate a subscribe as we work our way towards that 10K mark, hopefully by the end of this year. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. So for you guys, if you're unaware, maybe you haven't been paying attention to it, and that's totally understandable. Some people don't. But SEGA posted back on the 6th that they'll be making their transition to the new anti-cheat permanently. So, and they're making sure that people know about this, because not only did they tweet about it a while back, but they also made sure to post this on the site, and it's been at the top on important over everything ever since it popped up. So they are making sure that people are aware of this. Now, if we pop over to the transition of anti-cheat, you can see this is a follow-up report regarding this change. The PC version will fully transition to Wellbia's anti-cheat program with the update on 8/21. As a result, after this update, it will no longer be possible to play the game with Protect Game Guard, which has been in place for some time. Therefore, if you have not yet tried launching the game after applying Wellbia's anti-cheat, please follow the instructions below to do so as soon as possible. Now, I don't remember the exact update where this happened, but one of our community members, Shade BC, as you guys will see him over on Twitch, actually one of my mods, someone that for those who follow the channel, who watch over on Twitch, know that you know, when it comes to, when I say you guys are that we can have differences of opinions and still be very good friends, that is probably the primary example of difference of opinions and still be good friends. Shade and I have quite literally yelled at each other about different problems and still have been able to maintain a more than a positive friendship. So Shade is a good friend of the channel, and he's actually been experiencing a bit of an issue, and I want to make you guys aware of this, because it's possible you guys might be having this issue as well. And it's something that I pressed him to actually do, and it turns out that we got a response back, which is very important. So what is all this about? So after a specific update, he might be able to let you guys know in the comments below. I don't remember exactly which update it was, but it was after one of our updates. Shade was unable to launch the game with the Wellbia anti-cheat. Every time he would launch it, it would crash. Essentially, it would close out, say like it procced the anti-cheat or something like that, and it would kick him off. And I believe this happened with every version of the game. I want to say he also installed the Epic Game Store version, and it happened there. I'm not sure if he did the Windows Store version. I'm pretty sure he did Epic and Steam for sure. But he got that same sort of prompt, and we double checked everything, made sure things were closed. He didn't have anything crazy opened up, any other games or anything along those lines. So it wasn't that there was anything running that would have procced this anti-cheat. Now, when he ran into this problem, we're like, hey, we'll try, using Game Guard, see what's going on there. With Game Guard, his game launched fine. There was no problems. He was able to play, not a big deal whatsoever. So it was obvious the issue was the Wellbia anti-cheat. Now, this isn't, of course, people were super up in arms and concerned about Zing Code 3. This is not that. This is a different anti-cheat that they have developed that is less invasive, and it actually has had the game running better for a lot of players. I have since switched over to it. My load times have been substantially better. My stability has been better, but it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows for everyone. So, and it wasn't all the time, because Shade has used the anti-cheat, like the Wellbia anti-cheat beforehand, and it wasn't until after that update where this issue kind of popped up for him. Now, I urged him consistently. I was like, hey, look, send in a ticket. Tell them what's going on. Send in a ticket. Find out what's up. And he got a response. He did actually send in a ticket, let them know what was going on, and he got in a response. So he's giving me his permission to share these with you guys. I grabbed some screenshots of the responses. So this is the first response he got. It's like, hello, this is Wellbia.com. We apologize for any inconvenience you've experienced, and we will closely examine this matter to understand the cause and find a solution. Thank you for your cooperation. Best regards, Wellbia.com. So this is a very, it seems kind of textbook response you would get from a company. So he didn't really have much hope behind it, but as someone who works in the technical supporting field, it is important to at least send these messages in. That way they're aware of it if they aren't already, right? If no one's aware of it, no one's going to be working on it. It's a big part about these. You want to make sure that people are aware of what's going on, so it actually does get worked on. So just recently over on Discord, if you guys aren't in our Discord, you should join the Discord and join us. There's going to be a lot more going on soon after the most recent announcement. So you should, now is the time to join and be a part of this. So he got a follow-up response, and the follow-up response is good and bad. So Hello, this is Wellbia.com. We wanted to inform you that the fix addressing the current issue has been delivered to SEGA. We anticipate the issue will be resolved when SEGA releases the fix. However, we have been notified that the release schedule has been postponed until September 18th. If you require an immediate solution, we recommend formatting your PC and reinstalling/relaunching the game. I'm sort of in the way, so I'm going to move myself over a little bit. Here we go. Awesome. You guys can now see that here. Okay. Make sure I wasn't doxing myself. It didn't say anything that was important. Anyway, so you guys can see the response, essentially saying, hey, just reinstall. Like we've submitted the information, we've submitted the fix to SEGA. So Wellbia is aware of the issue and they actually have already fixed it. They've submitted it to SEGA and apparently they've been notified that the release schedule has been postponed until the 18th. This is a pretty big problem because I doubt Shade is the only person having this problem. So if you're someone who has been experiencing an issue with the Wellbia anti-cheat, know that the issue has been submitted to Wellbia. They are aware of the problem because not everyone submits these. Like that's the thing, is it's kind of a pain in the butt. No matter how easy of a process you make it, how straightforward it is, no one wants to call tech support. That's the reality of the situation. No one wants to be a part of that process. They want it to just be fixed and they can come back to it later. But know that this has been submitted and Wellbia has actually apparently fixed it and they have submitted that to SEGA. However, we're now in a position, right? So if we go over here, this goes live on the 21st. That's after maintenance. At the time of me recording, it's the day before this. So this is after maintenance. This is going to go live by the time you guys see this video. But the fix, oh, wrong. The fix doesn't go live until September 18th. That's pretty rough. That is for a good chunk of people, unless they want to fully reinstall their operating system, they're not going to be able to play the game, like just flat out. Now, granted, apparently in September, they're going to release the fix, but that's a month away, man. That is a pretty rough amount of time. And for some people, that's all it takes to get them to stop playing. So hopefully this gets to some of you guys out there that are experiencing this issue, knowing that there is a fix for it. Maybe you've already gone through this and this didn't work for you. They didn't specify that this is a guaranteed fix for it. They're saying it's an immediate solution, but as someone who's worked in this field beforehand, I don't think this guarantees the solution itself. This is like an immediate solution they're providing, which tells me there's something going on. Funny enough, if you don't follow the tech world, Microsoft recently released a fix to the Windows 10 essentially, that people were using as kind of an exploit to be able to update to Windows 11, even though they didn't meet the system requirements that were needed. Like there was a security requirement, people were using a specific exploit to bypass that security requirement, and they apparently stealth fixed that in an update, which sort of coincides with this time frame. Now, granted, I'm not a developer, I'm not really into software at that level. But the timing seems kind of interesting where we have an anti-cheat system that no longer has root access to your computer. Funny enough, what to keep in mind is that was a big problem of Xencode 3, which it had basically root access to your machine. And though it wasn't like giving out all of your details or anything along those lines, if they ever had a problem or security breach, your information was basically on their servers. So this was a huge issue for people. And now with their newer developed anti-cheat, this is not, of course, again, the one that's being used in PSO2 is not Xencode 3. I want to make that very clear because that was a huge issue. The newly developed one that does not have root level access, that checks for this information differently. I don't know exactly how, but it's already been tested and proven it doesn't have root level access like Xencode 3 does. It's having an issue now with the game detecting some form of cheat or something along those lines and closing the game out right after Windows or Microsoft patches this little exploit. So the timing just seems a little bit peculiar. Maybe I'm a bit off. That's totally possible. So if I am, my apologies. I'm sure people in the comments will go ahead and correct that. So if you guys know that's something different, by all means, please let me know in the comments below. But either way, if you're someone who's experiencing this, being kicked off the game for a whole month is a huge bummer. Hopefully SEGA sees this and they decide to push this forward a little bit sooner. It might just not be ready for implementation. Keep in mind, a lot of times these, though this fix has been addressed and been pushed to SEGA, they may have to go through a specific process of being able to push these things out to the different individual stores. It's got to go through Microsoft, Steam, as well as the Epic Game Store. It can't be one or the other, has to be all three of them. And there might be a verification process that stops this from going through immediately. So it's possible that this could be the fastest they can get this out. That is definitely a possibility. However, if it's not, hopefully they see this and they push this out sooner, because I can tell you there are people that are going to have this problem and they are not going to come back, or they're not going to come back for a very long time. It's going to upset them, and that really, really sucks. We're already in a position where niche title as it is. It's not like we're killing it. Yeah, as in the wise words of my good friend Karopi, PSO2 is a good game. It's not a great game, but it is still a good game. People are playing it, people are enjoying it, and they're enjoying it all over the world as well as overseas. So hopefully this is something that does reach SEGA and they get this taken care of as soon as possible. If you're someone that's been affected by this, know that there is a fix. You can do a full reinstall apparently, and that takes care of the issue. If you want to go about that process, but that is a very, very heavy-handed fix to take care of an issue like this. Anyway, guys, I've blabbed on long enough. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, just be kind to one another. There are people on the other end of those computers. Just remember that. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to keep up with more. Thanks to the channel members. You guys are fantastic, and I appreciate your faces, and I will see you all next time. Take care, my friends. Peace out.